Today I'm going to be sharing 5 of the most popular cocktails of 2024. I'll be very surprised if you actually pick any of these 5 because they're all new to the channel because I wanted to do some different cocktails, yet cocktails that are trending. So let's get onto it and make the first one, which is a MEZCAL white Negroni. 1.5 ounces of MEZCAL, 3/4 of an ounce 22.5 ml of cocchi americano, 1/2 ounce 15 ml of gentian liqueur such as Suze. Now, admittedly, I've done a couple of substitutions in comparison to the punch drink website's recipe, but that's what I have access in Australia. So anywho, the MEZCAL white Negroni. I'm gonna have to do a side by side and compare it with a classic gin-based white Negroni because I really like the introduction of MEZCAL and those vegetal, earthy, tropical, this particular MEZCAL, subtle smoke. I love the introduction of those flavors into a white Negroni. What a cracking start. Let's get into cocktail number 2. Next cocktail is the TOREADOR, which is a modern classic riff on a margarita here in Australia. I don't think it's very well known outside of the country. If you are familiar with it and you're outside of Australia, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll show you how to make one. 1 ounce 30 ml of blanco tequila, 2/3 of an ounce 20 ml of apricot brandy liqueur, 3/4 of an ounce 22.5 ml of fresh lime juice, and 1/4 of an ounce 7.5 ml of simple syrup. Cheers. I'd have to say that's up there with one of my favorite margarita riffs. I do love apricot brandy liqueur. It's absolutely delicious, especially the particular one that I used from Wray Nephew, which is a company in Australia. Only having an ounce of tequila, I'd probably consider increasing that to 1.5 ounces. But nonetheless, I really enjoy this. You should try this. Next cocktail is the nuclear daiquiri. Now, it does call for an overproof, unaged Jamaican rum, specifically Wray Nephew. Now, I've run out of that, but I do have Hampton pure single Jamaican rum, overproof, 60%. This is like literally the closest thing I have, and I've done a nuclear daiquiri on the channel before, so let's try it with a different rum. 1 ounce 30 ml of overproof Jamaican rum, 3/4 of an ounce 22.5 ml of green chartreuse, 1/4 of an ounce 7.5 ml of falernum, 1 ounce 30 ml of lime juice. As I said before, I've made a few substitutions in this video, but you can check the description below for the original ingredients and what I've used. So yeah, recipe as always in the description. The nuclear daiquiri with a difference. It's potent, it's strong, it's herbal. You get the funkiness from the Hampton rum. I'm surprised at how much the falernum comes through, those spices with the clove and the ginger. There's another riff on a margarita, the Margarita Soda. Margarita served a little bit tall. So it's a margarita, but specifically a Tommy's margarita, lengthened soda, still with an ice rim, a salt rim. Let's make it. 1.5 ounces, 45 ml of blanco tequila, 3/4 of an ounce, 22.5 ml of agave syrup, 3/4 of an ounce, 22.5 ml of lime juice. How's no one lengthened a margarita? I'm sure people have, but I mean, how has it not been popularized? I think this works exceptionally well with a Tommy's margarita, with the agave, which intensifies the flavor. Exactly what you think it would do. It lengthens it out, so it makes it a little bit lighter, a little bit less acidic, a little bit less citrus forward, but that's really sessionable, it's really flavorful. I highly recommend drinking this for New Year's Eve. It's a party drink, served tall. Brilliant. Now, drink number 5 that takes out my top 5 of 2024 is the PINA Colada Milk Punch. If you haven't tried a milk punch before, a lot of people are hesitant because you're using milk and citrus and letting it curdle, and it seems bonkers, but it's delicious. It works out really well, and as you can see, this drink is like, it's just transparent. It doesn't even look, it looks like water almost. Careful not to stab yourself if you garnish with pineapple spear. I mean, you can definitely taste there's a decent amount of rum in there. I made this with falernum, which has a little bit of spice and lime and clove and ginger. You can pre-make this ahead of time, and then you saw how quick that was to serve. Just pour it over ice and you're good to go. So let me show you exactly how easy it is to make. 3.5 ounces, 105 milliliters of aged rum. I'm using Dorley's 5-year. 1 ounce 30 ml of falernum, 2 ounces 60 ml of coconut water, 1 ounce 30 ml of pineapple juice, 3/4 of an ounce 22.5 ml of lime juice, and 1/4 of an ounce 7.5 ml of demerara syrup. Next, add 1.5 ounces 45 ml of whole milk into a separate vessel, and slowly transfer your prepared cocktail into the milk, not the other way around. As the acidity starts to lower, the drink will start to curdle. Add a fine strainer and a coffee filter, and transfer the combined mixture. Let it filter until it starts to drip before transferring the drink back into the original vessel, and continue to filter. Just remember that it's not really the coffee filter that's doing the straining and the filtering, it's actually the curds that have settled and made a bed. So once they've settled and you transfer it back in, that's what's doing the filtering, and that is what's going to get you a really clear milk punch. Now set this aside. This will only take about half an hour to strain, if that, but this is only 2 cocktail serves. If you want to, you can multiply this by 4 or 5 and get 8 to 10 serves, or do even bigger batches. Just keep in mind that the filtering is going to take a lot longer. A bigger batch can take up to 24 hours. So out of these top 5 drinks from 2024, I would have to say that the Margarita Soda is my favorite. And if I was to pick one of these to drink for New Year's Eve, it would definitely be this one. It's lengthened with soda, but it still retains that richness. It's got a strong agave flavor. I've used a fantastic tequila in it. And yeah, I highly recommend trying this one. If you haven't tried a milk punch, give that a shot. Let me know in the comments below which cocktail you prefer. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic and safe New Year's, and I'll see you in 2025. Cheers.